Good afternoon, America. Today is March the 7th, 2026, and it's Saturday. And time now is 3:33 p.m. I wanted to talk a little bit about something here that may be beneficial to some who are leaderships in the government. But I want to talk to you about trying to find peace. You know, it's a word that's seldom used these last decades, as there have been so many wars and rumors of wars in in some of the regions that are being affected by it. But I would really think about achieving peace instead of trying to strong arm or try to push any one nation to do your dominating ways. You know, it encourages other catastrophes. As I can see, and I have seen what has happened to Israel today is devastating for that nation, as it has happened to Gaza and many other regions of the Middle East. But I see far more worse as what is coming. I had the privilege today to talk to a very intelligent man, very intelligent, very IQ proficient, and we sat down and had a bagel with coffee and so forth, and we talked a little bit about the circumstances that are going on in Israel. That there is a certain party who is pushing this war in the Middle East. Well, suffice to say that most of the plans that are being planned out for the Middle East will not work, and they will not get off the ground due to the respective violences and hostilities in the area. I'm going to be talking to you as man to man and man to leader. What is it about trying to progress instead of fighting that kind of bothers you? What is it about going forward as nations together as a unit of people, bringing strength to each other and pushing forward in a peaceful environment and not a war? As you can see what is going on in Israel and in Iran, the amount of damage and chaos that it has caused those cities of Tel Aviv and other parts of Israel. I would suffice it to say that if one of those bombs or one of those missiles were to hit the mosque at the Temple Mount, I would say that all hell would break loose in the Middle East. All hell would break loose in the Middle East. And that is because of beliefs and because of power mongering and warmongering in the region. You know, as citizens, we have the option of choosing our leaders to be representatives of our nation and of our civilization. I was talking to this gentleman, and we were discussing the feasibility of mankind going to colonize another planet or another sphere, and how we would go about it, how it was feasible to first place them in a laboratory setting to find out if they were able to progress and process the availability of quality of life in a mixed culture environment, variety of cultures. You know, art has everything to do with civilization, everything to do with civilization. Culture has everything to do with civilization. From the time that you place foundation on something to the time that you destroy it, art has everything to do with it. Culture has everything to do with it. Engineering has everything to do with it. The problem is that we have people who are very, how would you say, broken. And in their brokenness, they create chaos and disasters and collateral damage. How do you break this mold? You stop. You stop. You see what is happening in Iran. You see what is happening in Israel. One blow gets another blow. One missile gets another missile. Back in ancient days, I'll tell you a little story. Back in ancient days, a warrior from the Philistines would shoot an arrow into the air and hope it landed on someone on the other side. That is what's happening today. Instead of arrows, bows and arrows being used, they're using missiles. And that is what is happening from Iran, as it was happening from Gaza or Palestine, and as it's happening from the Houthis in Lebanon. They're shooting arrows at each other. Now think about this. You're fighting an ancient war, but this time you're using missiles. You're using missiles this time. Heaven forbid, if you use the wrong type of missile, that you blow everyone up. Think about that. Would it not rather be feasible if you sought peace in the same manner and stopped your aggressions on each other? Simple. Very simple. Two men can come together at a table and talk about peace instead of war. Two reasonable, logical men can sit at a table and speak about peace and prosperity and security. Then one would sit at a table and argue with another person over something they've lost or want. What if you sat on a table and then you ask both of them, what do you need and what do you want? Two simple questions. And then adjust the answer. And speak, okay, let's compromise. Let's make a deal. Let's compromise this thing and let's talk about this. Let us share ideas on how we can better our environment and our nation's people's quality of life. Am I getting through to you? A simple process. You have an arbitrator, someone in the middle, who is the arbitrator. Okay? Many of you like to see UKC fights. Do you know what I'm saying? What I'm talking about? You have two fighters who are very well trained and they're ready to go at it. But the only thing holding them is the mediator in between. You can stop this war if you think and logically, if you reason and say the right things. Say the right things, not just don't lie about everything that you speak about. Tell the truth. People like to hear the truth. And do it. This whole concept of Iran against Israel started because someone wanted to make a peace pact agreement, and in the middle of the agreement, someone attacks. And who was that? Yeah, you catch them by surprise. The old cliche, the old cliche of the old gang days. Catch them by surprise. Valentine's Day massacre. Am I correct? It didn't work. It backfired. And now you're stuck. What you need to do is stop. Just stop. And ask the other ones to stop. And then proceed with a peace agreement. Proceed with a point in time when you have a sit down between two parties with a mediator in between who will listen to both sides of the equation and then ask you again, what do you want and what do you need? That is so simple. It prevents you from having so many people dying. As I heard today about Israel losing so many scientists. Brilliant minds lost over stupid war. And then you have the innocent crying and moaning and groaning about what's happening in Israel and in Iran. Now, who are going to help those broken people when this is all over? Who is going to break those? Who is going to rebuild those cities and restore it after this has been done? Because both cities and both nations have had a lot of collateral damage from what I've seen. You cannot you cannot fix a broken egg. Does that make sense? Logic, rationale, intelligence. You can do this. Two people with open minds. I was also talking to him about what would be the feasibility of a human race or humanity going to space and being accepted by those off-world civilizations. We could never make it. Now with our mindset, we're like babies playing with dangerous toys. We would have a hard time trying to adapt to their civilizations because we haven't fixed our backyard yet. We want to go up there, but our backyards are filthy. And our mindsets, our thinking, and our doing are filthy. I hope that this conversation and this comment has reached somebody, or anybody, anyone who can bring it to the table and find peace. Then go forward. Forward as a world, not just as a nation, as a world. Time is short. Time is very short. No time to play with your lives and your beliefs. I will say this to you, the people and citizens of this world. If we continue, this world will go up in flames. There will be no place to hide. You take that as you want to take it. Believe it or not. I'm just a messenger. Don't kill them. Don't kill me for the message. But I will say to you this. I would suffice it to say that on this planet you do have diplomats, off-world diplomats. They're not going to tell you who they are. And they're watching. They're watching. And like I said, I'm just the messenger. Believe it or not. Protect the innocent. Protect the innocent. God bless all of you.